Hi everyone and welcome back to the Java class. In today's session, we will learn how to use an object of a class as a member in a different class that is known as a has a relationship. So before getting dive in details of this topic, let us discuss what we have done in our previous video session. In our previous video, we have covered a concept that is known as an array of object, in which we have created an array of objects that store multiple instances of a class. So we have discussed programming examples also where we have created a class car that contains some properties and methods, and inside a main class, we have created an array of object of a class car, and through these objects, we have created individual objects and set the properties of each car, and we have displayed the data. So this example we have discussed in our last video session. Let us run this program and you will see what is the output of it. And here we go, you can see it is showing the data of each car. This example we have discussed in our previous video session. So guys, if you have not watched our previous video, please watch it first. Then only you will understand this topic. So let us see what is and how to use an object as a member in a different class that is known as a has a relationship, right? So you know very well in normal real life, a class can contain an object as a member of a different class. It means a class is a component of multiple objects. So this is known as a has a relationship. For example, the class car has a relationship with the engine class. The engine itself is a class, or this object itself is a component of a car class. So how will you do it, and how will you use an object of a class as a member in a different class? So like a class car has a engine, or engine can have multiple properties like type of engine or a horsepower of engine. So how to use the engine object as a component in a car class? So what is the problem statement? You have to design a system to represent cars and their engines. Each car has properties like make, year, and colors, but each car has a engine also, right? Engine can be defined by the different properties like type of an engine and a horsepower of an engine. So you need to design a such system that will be able to store and display such kind of information in the multiple cars, including their engine details. So let us solve this problem statement and learn how to use a engine object as a component in a car class. So I will use this example. So guys, if you not watch our previous video session, please watch it first, because this example we have covered in the previous video. So let us create a class engine, right? So this is a class engine. So this engine class contain attribute like the type of a engine, right? And I can use another attribute that is horsepower, right? Horsepower. So this is the two properties we have added. Now I will add a void set engine data, right? So I will add here string t int horsepower. Now you can write the type is equal t and horsepower is equal HP, right? So we have added a method that will set the properties of an engine. So now we can add a method void display engine data, right? So how will you display the engine data? Simply you will use a system.out.print function, or inside it you can display the type of engine. So what is the type of engine will be stored in a variable type. Then you will display the horsepower, horse horsepower, and you can display like a horsepower, right? So here we will display the horsepower. So we have added this method that will display the engine details. So this is a class engine. So how the engine can be the part of a class, right? So the car class also have the engine. So how to use the object as a member in a class? So simply, what will you do here, right? You will just define this object here like engine, and you will write this. So this is what we are doing. Object as a member in a car class. So we are using the engine object as a member in the car class. Understand? So, okay, so this is a class engine. Now let us come into the class car. We have created an object as a member in a class car. So that is engine is a part of a class that is known as a has a relationship, that is a engine is a component of a class car. So now what will you do here? You will set the properties of an engine also. Here you can write engine E, right? And here you can set engine is equal E, right? So this is the way that engine will become the part of a car. Now inside this display cars, what can you display? You can display the engine data also, right? Print ln, or here you can display engine data. Or how to display engine data? You can simply write engine dot, you can call this display engine function, you can call, right? So engine dot display engine function will display the engine data. This one, the type of the engine and the horsepower, the power of that particular engine. So I can use here the print ln, right? So this is engine class completed. The car class that contains a component engine. Now here, this is, we have set the value of the engine and other properties also, right? This is a method that will display the car data along with the engine data. Now in the main class, let us see what will we do here, right? So in the main class, we have created an array of object of a class car. For example, we are trying to create three instances of a different cars. So here I will use and I will create three different objects, or in the similar way, I will create the three engine, because we are creating the three instance of a car. So each instance contains a engine, right? So how will I write? Cars I dot engine is equal. So here cars I dot engine is equal new engine here, right? We will create the engine, right? So this is a cars, not a car. So here simply we will write. So with the help of this cars I, you can call the member. So this engine is become the member of a class car. Now you are just creating the instance of it, or you are creating the object of an engine. So this is a creating engine object for each car. So this is creating engine object for each car, right? So for each car contains a engine. So how to set the properties of car data? Simply you will call cars 0 dot set cars data, or here you can pass simply the engine. So simply you will write the cars 0 dot engine you will pass, right? So you will just copy this. In the similar way, you will pass here and you will pass here, right? This is cars 1, this is cars 2. Understand? So cars 0 dot set cars data we have done, or using this cars 0 dot engine, and you will set the details of an engine. For example, the engine name you can pass here in line 4, and the horsepower you can write the 203, right? 202 we can write. In the similar way, you will set the engine for each. So this is in line 2, the power is 200, or here you can write engine, this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. So here you can write, for example, the engine is V8, right? And the power is 220, right? So guys, what we have done here, we have created an array of cars, and each car contains the engine. So we have created engine for each object of a class car. Now how to set the car properties? So simply you will call this function set cars data, and this is the set cars data that contains 4 values: the make, year, a color, or engine, right? So first 0 will take this data, that this is the car and this is the engine, but you need to set the properties of the engine also. So cars 0 dot engine dot set engine, this is the car 0 engine properties. The name of the engine is in line 4, and this is the horsepower of it. And in the similar way, this is a second car, right? And this is a third car. Understand? And this is the data of the third car. So now you will simply display the details of a car, and it will display along with the engine, right? So system.out.println, this will display car1 data, and this is cars I.display car, or inside it we are displaying the data of the engine, right? So let us learn it, let us run it, and let's see what is the output. So right click on it and run as Java application, and here we go, you can see the data. It is showing the complete details. The car1, this is the data of the car1, and this is the engine data, which is the part of a car1. In the similar to car2, this is in line 2, horsepower is 200, and this is the car3 data, right? So this is how to use an object of a engine as a member in a different class, that is a car. So that is known as a has a relationship, or the car has a engine. An engine can have multiple properties, and how to use it. So this is the one way to use it, but we have many other way of using the composition relationship or a has a relationship. So this is a class car. This is a class engine that have some data that we have covered. Again, I'm showing this is a class car, that engine is a part of a car, right? Now you can see, and this is a main class that is used to set the values for the car and the engine both, right? So guys, I hope you understand the concept of a composition and how to use an object of a class into the another class. So thanks for watching, guys. If you understand well, please write in the comments, like the videos, subscribe the channel. In the next session, we will come up with a new problem statement and with a new concept. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day.